Hello everybody and welcome back to Cairocraft. Today I built a recreation of Place Ville Marie in Montreal, Canada. Now actually this name doesn't just go to this skyscraper, but it also goes to the name of a decently sized office and retail complex located within the downtown area of the city that has multiple buildings, including this one, and the offices for a few different companies such as Via Rail Canada and Electronic Arts Montreal. Unfortunately, these two companies that I just mentioned are not in this exact skyscraper, but they're in a different building that's still part of the complex. However, this place does serve as the head office for a major banking company in this country, that being the Royal Bank of Canada, or the RBC. And that's kind of always been like that since it was built in 1962. In fact, according to a few websites, this place originally opened as the Royal Bank Tower and served as the headquarters for the company. However, in 1976, they moved over to the Royal Bank Plaza in Toronto. Apparently, this place had also been the head offices and headquarters for Alcon, Imperial Oil, and Air Canada. A lot of pretty notable Canadian companies here. Anyways, I think that's enough of a history lesson. Let's talk about this tall thing. So I learned something new while I was building this place. The skyscraper shape is known as a cruciform, and if you don't know what that is, well, you're looking at it right now. It's a building with a shape similar to a cross. A lot of buildings, mainly religious places of worship, do this kind of stuff. But I don't think you see skyscrapers with this kind of shape all that often, especially in Montreal. So I think it's actually kind of a cool design. The actual name of this skyscraper is Oneville Place Marie, and actually a lot of the buildings over in this complex this comes from have a lot of similar names. Like there'll be a building called 2 Place Ville Marie, and then you've got 3 Place Ville Marie, and so on. This whole skyscraper was built in the international style, meaning it has this sort of blocky, minimalistic design, and it was at one point the tallest building not just in Montreal, but in all of Canada. On top of the lobby building, you'll notice a lot of these skylights going through the ceiling and into the lobby, which will be shown later, letting natural light come through. But that's not the only thing that's letting that kind of light through into the building, because if you notice, there's this like big glass thing surrounding the bottom of the skyscraper, which I never even noticed until like right before I was about to finish this whole thing. I remember looking at pictures of the interior of the building and noticing the light coming through the ceiling, and there was no light source being shown. And after taking a closer look at some of the other pictures, I realized, oh wait, those are windows on the very top. And honestly, I thought that was really cool. It kind of makes it look like the skyscraper's being held up a little bit. And I'd imagine all this natural lighting works really well in real life. So if you notice, you can see that I actually did build a little bit of Place Ville Marie's square area, where you get lots of space to walk around in. Originally, I was going to build just the skyscraper, but I thought it'd be a little neato to have a big area you can walk around in, because I do plan on building a lot more skyscrapers and other stuff around here, and there would definitely need to be at least one area you could take a breather in and admire the stuff surrounding you. Now, I do believe there's supposed to be entrances to an underground shopping area and a subway station somewhere in the square that I have not yet built, but maybe in the future, if enough stuff gets built, I wouldn't mind building the entryway that could maybe go to a cool little railway station or something like that that could take you to the other buildings. That would be cool. Anyways, you'll notice this blue sign over here. That's supposed to be the logo for the Royal Bank of Canada, which, like I said earlier, still have their head office in here, along with what I presume is supposed to be an advertisement of some sorts. Kind of similar to what I did for Travel MC Las Vegas. This is a lectern down here that'll give you a little bit of information regarding this area. And of course, I'm going to be adding these for every recreation I do here. So you got the one for Place Ville Marie right here. That's right by one of the four main entrances to this building. Now, I actually did do a lot of the interior. However, I just want y'all to take this recreation of it with a little grain of salt because I do know that this isn't 100% accurate. Recreating interiors in Minecraft is hard. I can definitely imagine there's a lot of stuff that I forgot to put in here. Unfortunately, I've never been inside of this place in real life, let alone have I ever been to Canada in general, and there's not a lot of pictures of the interior of this place, so I swear I did the best I could. It's kind of symmetrical. You got at least two floors you can walk around in, and to get up and down, you can take these escalators. Or you could take four different elevators, and by elevators, I mean big shafts that I put a crap ton of ladders in, because I don't think I'd even be able to put an elevator system in here. Like, that takes up a lot of space and time. You also got some greenery going on, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Now, if you do take these elevators all the way up, then you'll be able to go to different floors on the top. There's pretty much nothing going on in like a 90% of the actual skyscraper itself here. The flooring is basically just there for lighting purposes right now, but maybe in the future I might be able to put stuff in there. I don't know, maybe. The first notable floor here near the top is the Rose Orange Bar and Terrace, which is exactly what it says. It's this really small rooftop bar that has an outdoor seating area with pretty decent views, but you can get better views on the very top floor, which is this very simple observation area that gives you good views of the city below, but in this world right now, it's just nothing but pure grass, super flat stuff. Now, I believe there's supposed to be a restaurant on this big top area, but unfortunately, I ran out of space, and the gap in between the last, like, main floor, I don't know what to call it, but the gap between that and the rose orange area is only like 1 block, so I wouldn't be able to build anything there. Which, yeah, that really sucks. There could have been one more neat thing to look at here, but oh well. And actually, a little fun fact I learned about while building this place, as they were building this skyscraper, the last three floors of this place weren't originally planned, but then the developers noticed that there was another skyscraper, the CIBC Tower, nearby that was being built and would have been just as tall as this one, if not taller. So they were like, nah, we can't just let them build something taller than us. So they really quickly built these last three floors just so they could get the honor of being the tallest building in Montreal. A pretty crazy story, if I do say so myself. Another thing I wasn't able to build was this big rotating beacon thing that they have at the very top floor. There's no rotating blocks in Minecraft, and I don't know how I would have been able to build it with redstone. It would have been like that whole elevator situation I mentioned earlier, with all the space and stuff, but with lights, so that kind of sucks. Would have been cool to see. Other than that, you've got some rooftop shenanigans going on, a lot of fans on one side, this big antenna thing on the very top, and yeah, that's pretty much all I want to show y'all for this recreation of Place Ville Marie. So if you want to mention anything about it, if I got any facts wrong, if you want me to add or change something about it, then feel free to tell me in the comment section, or you can join the Cairo Craft Discord server to do anything similar. You can also check out progress on any upcoming videos or projects or maps and stuff there, as well as being able to suggest new buildings to be added here in the future. And also, don't forget to check out my Planet Minecraft page if you want to see or download any of the maps I have made in the past. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.